Welcome in, everybody. This is another episode of Falling Apples. My name is Ezra Dezurek.
And I'm Jason Dezurek.
I am Jason's son. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. We named us Falling Apples after the saying apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. The reason we're calling it Falling is it's still growing. We want it to be constant. I'm still learning, and we're trying to keep it just father-son discussions, just talking about different things that we've experienced, how we see the world, how we see different passages in the Bible, different things like that. If you have any questions, you want to reach out to us or have any ideas or comments, you can reach out to us at fallingapplespodcast@gmail.com. Today for this episode, we're going to be discussing no excuses and no explanations. The text that I have chosen, my dad has picked one as well, but the one I'm going to go with is in Numbers 13. I'm going to start on verse 27. So this is when it's Caleb, Josh, and then some other of their party have returned from the promised land and are giving a report to Moses and the Israelites. Verse 27, they gave Moses this account. We went into the land which you sent us, and it does flow with milk and honey. Here is its fruit. But the people who live there are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large. We even saw descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites live in the Negev, the Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites live in the hill country, and the Canaanites live near the sea and along the Jordan. Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, we should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it. I'm just going to pause there. I love that because there were murmurs going on of all the Israelites. Oh, there's cities, there's lots of bad people there, and he just cuts it out. No, let's go take the land. We can do it.
We can trust God.
Exactly. Verse 31, but the men who had gone up with him said, we can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are. And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land that they had explored. They said, the land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. So again, no excuses, no explanations. There in verse 31, the men who'd gone with him, they said, we can't attack those people. There's an excuse, the explanation. They are stronger than we are, even though they have God on their side. But yeah, that's what we're going to be discussing today.
Yeah. So with that, we're hoping to help everyone to see that, look, it doesn't mean bad things don't happen. It doesn't mean there's not trouble. There's no difficulties. Before we were choosing to do this, we were talking about, like, for instance, I'll just give an example. And so please don't get upset. Don't get offended. For instance, you set a meeting time, 5:00. Okay, we're going to have a 5:00 meeting. Let everybody know, hey, we are starting at 5:00. Now, some of you may say, well, yeah, but that's just your opinion. Well, no, we're saying, hey, let's start at 5. So I personally expect everybody, as best they can, to be there ready to go at 5:00, which means you probably got to get there a little early. And let's say somebody comes in right at 5 minutes after, and okay, have you ever had this happen? Hey, sorry I'm late. I meant to get here on time, but there was an accident that happened out there, and this deer came out and jumped in front of me, and I almost ran off, and it ran me off the road for a time, and I came back on. Okay, I'm not saying I don't care about your situation, but at that moment, we got business to do. We got things. So I don't need to hear your explanation for that.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want to hear about it, but at that moment, I think at that moment is probably, okay, I get that you are anxious and worried, but everybody else, all the other 10 people that are here, Am I making sense? Or
Yeah, no, it's showtime. We already discussed that we're starting at 5 and it's 5:05, 5:10. It's time to get going.
Yeah.
Example I would have is
and that's not being rude.
No, that's something that can be discussed later. It's if you're not, we'd kind of discussed this a little bit off camera, but if you're not hurt, if nothing is wrong, we got to keep going. There's the Bible is very clear.
Time.
Yeah, at this very time, we got to keep going. The Bible is very clear that there will be troubles. So we just got to keep going. It's going to happen. An example I would give is a player showing up late to practice. Instead of coming running up to me and interrupting the practice that has already started, hey, coach, there was the school ran late. I wasn't able to get off the bus in time. So there's just, I don't need to know that right now. I understand that you're late. Just get your stuff on, get ready to go. Let's get rolling. Once practice is done, we can have a conversation about what's going on.
Because I care about you.
Yeah.
I definitely do. Now, also, too, with the scripture that Ezra brought up, there were definitely excuses and explanations.
Yeah.
So where the excuses go are into what I would call, don't be questioning the direction we're going in.
Yep.
Don't question where we're saying we're going. If the leadership has made a decision, now we've got to move.
Yeah, and I would even say, I wouldn't say questions are bad.
No, questions are not bad.
The type of question you ask matters. So if it's a how question, okay, how are we gonna approach this? That's different than why. Well, why are we gonna do this? They're huge. There's people there that are massive. Instead of, okay, they're huge. So how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna take them out? Because Caleb very clearly says we should go up and take possession of the land that was promised to them, for we can certainly do it. All right, I'm with you. How are we gonna do it? Let's get going.
Yes, yes, and giving again, Moses gave the input. And isn't this the one before? If you don't mind, can you scroll down a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
No, the other way. Sorry, up. Isn't this the one? Yeah. So this is the one where they basically made excuses. You know what? Maybe it's even before this. Go up if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, everybody. Keep going up. Where Moses basically, they were like, oh gosh, we got to go. Are we going to die out here in the wilderness? I'm pretty sure it's early on where they're like, well, let's go back to Egypt.
So this, you're talking about Numbers 14.
Okay.
Is that what we were just in?
Yeah.
Numbers 14. Yeah. Numbers 14, it's the people rebel. That night, all the members of the community raised their voices and wept aloud. All the Israelites grumbled against Moses and Aaron, and the whole assembly said to them, if only we had died in Egypt or in this wilderness. Why is the Lord bringing us to this land only to let us fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be taken as plunder. Wouldn't it be better for us to go back to Egypt?
So that's kind of what I'm talking about. They're not necessarily asking questions. They are questioning the way to go.
Yeah.
God has made it clear. And Moses and Aaron have told the people, we're going to take this land. We're going to, this is what God wants for us.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening, though, is the people, because of the 10 were bad and 2 were good, okay, now the people started questioning because now this is a hard thing to do. And so now they're not just asking questions, they are questioning, what are we going to do? And how are we going to do it? That, for me personally, that just drives me batty.
Yeah, questioning their leader in Moses and Aaron and questioning God's authority.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and especially when the people have said, we're going to follow. And then they choose in that moment, well, maybe we should go back to Egypt.
Yeah.
Man, if I was Moses, he's a much better man than me.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, I'm so done with these people.
Yeah.
But he kept praying for them and asking God, give them, help them out, basically. Please forgive them. So again, we just want to encourage you, if there's I'll put it this way. If there's a clear direction, if you are with a good leader, or if you're a leader that's leading, make sure to give clear, good communication about where you're going.
Yeah.
And then hold people to the standard, because if you don't, you're going to upset people.
Yep.
I mean, and not just the people you're holding accountable. If you don't hold people accountable, those who are with you are going to go, well, how come they get away with it? Why don't I? It happens all the time. And so I just want to add this too, because now we're in the book of Joshua, Joshua 14 itself. So it's Joshua 14 as well. So this is Caleb after they've walked through the wilderness for 40 years. Okay. They've been walking in the desert, and Caleb now is there at the promised land. And here's what happens. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land. And I brought back word to him as it was in my heart. Okay, he's the one who gave two were good. Okay, he was saying, I support this. Let's go take these people. Let's go get the giants, even though we look like grasshoppers to them. Nevertheless, my brethren who went up with me made the heart of the people melt. But I wholly followed the Lord my God. So Moses swore on that day, saying, surely the land where your foot has trodden shall be your inheritance and your children's forever. He's saying, Moses told me, look, I gave a good report. If I get back here, I get to go in there, and my children get to go in too. Because they were talking about, oh, you're so old, don't worry about it. Listen to this. This is so amazing. So Moses swore on that day, again, surely the land where your foot is trodden shall be your inheritance and your children's forever, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now behold, the Lord has kept me alive. Okay, this is Caleb again. The Lord has kept me alive, and he said these 45 years, ever since the Lord spoke this word to Moses, while Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now here I am this day, 85 years old. Caleb is 85 years old, everyone.
We're going to talk about long suffering.
Okay? As yet,
Gosh.
I am as strong to this day as on the day that Moses sent me. So he's going, yeah, I'm 85 years old. I'm going in there. I mean, imagine this. And he's saying, I have earned this.
Yeah.
As of yet, I am strong to this day on the day that Moses sent me. Just as my strength was then, so now my strength for war, both going out and coming in. Now, therefore, give me this mountain on which the Lord spoke in that day. He's saying, I have earned this.
Yeah.
I'm 85. Give me a sword. Let's go.
What I love about
Isn't that awesome?
what I think is so awesome is he still recognized that after the 45 years of when this was, he's promised that he was going to set foot in it. After 45 years, he's now 85. He still understands that it's going to be a fight. After all of that patience and long suffering that he had to go through, he still recognizes that it's going to be a fight, and he doesn't give excuse to, I'm 85, you young guys got to fight.
No,
give me a sword. This is my land. I want to take it. It's God's land. I love it.
I mean, he even goes on, I shall be able to drive them out as the Lord said.
It's so
awesome. He is going,
no excuses.
You are not taking this blessing away from me.
Yeah.
I have earned, God promised me.
God promised me, and he's going to earn it. Because he hasn't even done the driving out yet. He's still ready to go and earn it. And
he's a beast.
Yeah, he's awesome. That's I would say in my opinion, definition of there's no excuses, there's no explanations. He knows what needs to be done. He knows what he's been promised, so he's just going to trust in the Lord and go do it.
Yeah. Any other examples you want to share quick? Because I've got one, but if you've got one.
Go for it.
Okay, I just want to wrap up with this. So as you know, I've been blessed to coach basketball. I no longer coach. I'm an AD now, but I was able to be a coach during a girl, and maybe I've shared this before. If I have, I apologize. It's just that much in me. So this team I was on, the girls, when we started out, again, varsity girls, they had a mind shift that they had to have, just saying. And we got to the state championship. But before that game, I don't know if it was the state championship. I don't remember. But in that game, one of our really good athletes got injured and she sprained her ankle. Did I talk about this before?
I don't think so.
Okay. So she sprained her ankle and quite literally, she's hobbling off. And literally in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Because she was not just a great athlete, but she's pretty much one of our only 3-point shooters that I knew probably would go in, and we needed her. So I'm like, okay, well, we got to prepare for she's going to be out.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, she comes off, and she looks me in the eye, and she goes, get me back in this game. And I'm like, her name's Faith. Faith, you're hurt, you're injured. And she's like, get me back in this game. I am going to finish this game. Now,
Awesome.
before that, she would have come up with an excuse. It literally, she would be like, oh, I'm done for the night. Give me some ice. But she knew she could not let her teammates down or let herself down. And so lo and behold, worked on her ankle. They were able to get that out, taped her up, and got her back in the game. It was a sprained ankle, by the way. And it was a difficult sprained ankle. And taped her back up, put her in the game, and she's out there hobbling. She's not going to injure it. She's hurt for sure. I mean, it's stretched. But she's out there, and she not only hits 1 3, she hits 2 threes, 2 of them, and helped us to win that game. It is so awesome when,
No excuses.
when you choose not to have excuses or no explanations, great things can happen.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just her willing it. It was leaning on the Lord, listening to the Holy Spirit, and saying, okay, God's going to do his part. I got to do my part too.
Yeah. Yeah. Living in victory.
You know what? We've got a few minutes. Not a whole lot. What's the difference between living in victory and living in victimhood?
That might have to be another topic.
It does, but give a nutshell.
Nutshell. I would say living in victory. That was just, she could have just curled up on the bench. I'm done. I hurt my ankle. Kind of being the victim of, I got hurt. It happened to me. But instead it was, okay, I got hurt, but how do I overcome? Just living in that victory mindset of, I would say, always moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah. And having no excuses.
Yeah. No excuses, no explanations.
Thanks for everybody watching, everybody. We got to get out of here, but write us at Falling Apples Podcast at gmail.com. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Peace.